I was wrong. Don't rush past it. Pause there. Let those words sit in the air for a moment. Let them echo in your chest. Let them press against your pride. Let them challenge the version of you that always wants to look strong, always wants to look certain, always wants to look right. I was wrong. 3 words. No excuses. No explanations. No defense. Just truth. Most people will spend their entire lives avoiding those words. They will talk louder. They will argue harder. They will gather supporters. They will twist stories. They will rewrite memories. They will protect their image at all costs. Anything except admit they were wrong. Why? Because being wrong feels like losing. It feels like weakness. It feels like stepping down. It feels like giving up power. But what if being wrong is not losing? What if being wrong is the doorway to a different kind of power, a deeper power, a quieter power, a lasting power? We live in a world obsessed with appearance. On social media, everyone is informed. Everyone is bold. No one hesitates. No one apologizes. No one says, I didn't know. No one says, I messed up. Pride has become louder than wisdom. People would rather damage relationships than admit a mistake. They would rather lose years of connection than lose one argument. They would rather protect their ego than protect their future. But here is a truth that most people never stop long enough to understand. Being right feeds your pride. Being wrong feeds your progress. Being right makes you feel superior for a moment. Being wrong, when accepted, makes you better for a lifetime. There is a massive difference between image and identity. Image is what people see. Identity is who you are becoming. Image is temporary. Identity is permanent. When you refuse to admit you are wrong, you protect your image. You look strong. You look confident. You look unshakable. But when you admit you are wrong, you protect your growth. You strengthen your foundation. You build identity. Growth always costs ego, and ego is expensive. Ego costs you opportunities. Ego costs you wisdom. Ego costs you relationships. Ego costs you peace. Think about your own life. How many arguments lasted longer than they needed to, simply because neither person wanted to say, I was wrong? How many friendships slowly faded because pride stood between apology and healing? How many opportunities were missed because you defended a mistake instead of correcting it? How many lessons were delayed because excuses were easier than accountability? The strongest version of you does not hide from mistakes. The strongest version of you studies them. Failure is not humiliation. Failure is feedback. Every mistake carries information. Every wrong decision carries data. Every regret carries instruction. But only if you are brave enough to examine it. It takes strength to win an argument. It takes greater strength to end one by saying, you're right, I was wrong. That is not weakness. That is control. Control over your reactions. Control over your reactions. Control over your future. When you admit you were wrong, you reclaim power. Because the moment you take responsibility, if it taken fault, then it's also within your power to fix. That realization changes everything. When something is not your fault, you are powerless. You are stuck. You are waiting. You are blaming. You are hoping someone else changes. But when you say, I was wrong, you move from powerless to powerful. Now you can adjust. Now you can improve. Now you can grow. Let's talk about ego. Ego is loud. Ego is defensive. Ego is fragile. Ego says, don't admit it. They'll think you're weak. You'll lose respect. Blame someone else. Protect yourself. Ego fears exposure. But growth whispers differently. Growth says, adjust, improve, level up, become better. Ego protects comfort. Growth creates transformation. You cannot evolve while defending your mistakes. You cannot improve while pretending you are already perfect. You cannot reach a higher level if you refuse to acknowledge where you are weak. Improvement requires awareness. Awareness requires humility. And humility begins with 3 words. I was wrong. Not, if I was wrong. Not, but you also. Not, because you made me. Just ownership, pure ownership, no excuses, no shifting blame, no softening the truth, just clarity. The truth may sting, but it strengthens. The truth may humble you, but it hardens you in the right way. Look at how progress works in every area of life. In the gym, muscles tear before they grow stronger. The strain is uncomfortable. The soreness is real. But without that breakdown, there is no build-up. In business, strategies fail before they succeed. Ideas collapse. Plans fall apart. Losses happen, but each failure refines the next attempt. In relationships, misunderstandings happen before maturity develops. You say the wrong thing. You react too quickly. You assume instead of asking. And through those mistakes, you learn empathy and patience. In leadership, mistakes shape wisdom. No great leader emerged without misjudgments. No respected mentor reached that position without correcting themselves many times. Nobody masters anything without being wrong first. The difference between those who rise and those who remain stuck is simply: some people let mistakes define them. Others let mistakes refine them. Being wrong is not a permanent identity. It is a temporary experience. You are not your failure. You are not your bad decision. You are not your worst moment. You are the lesson you extract from it. Think back to a time you made a mistake. Maybe you trusted someone who did not deserve it. Maybe you reacted with anger instead of patience. Maybe you chose comfort over discipline. Maybe you quit when it became difficult. Maybe you spoke without thinking. Maybe you doubted yourself when you should have believed. At that moment, you had two choices: defend it or learn from it. Defending gives temporary relief. It protects your ego for a moment. It gives you an excuse. It reduces the immediate discomfort. But learning gives permanent growth. Learning reshapes your thinking. Learning strengthens your awareness. Learning upgrades your character. Which one builds real power? Power is not dominance over others. Power is discipline over yourself. Power is the ability to pause instead of react. Power is the ability to reflect instead of blame. Power is the ability to admit instead of deny. The ability to say, "I was wrong," means you are not controlled by pride. It means you are strong enough to face reality. It means you are mature enough to improve. And maturity is rare. Most people age. Few people evolve. Aging is automatic. Evolution is intentional. Evolution requires correction. Correction requires awareness. Awareness requires honesty. And honesty sometimes sounds like this: I made a mistake. I misjudged that. I should have handled that differently. I let my emotions control me. I can do better. There is something freeing about admitting fault. It removes the burden of pretending. It removes the stress of defending. It removes the pressure of maintaining a perfect image. When you accept your mistake, something shifts inside you. You breathe differently. You stand differently. You think differently. Because now you are not trying to prove anything. You are trying to improve everything. That shift is powerful. True confidence is not thinking you are always right. True confidence is knowing you can handle being wrong. True confidence is knowing that a mistake does not destroy you. It develops you. In fact, the most dangerous person in any room is not the loudest one. It's not the one with the sharpest words. It's not the one who dominates every discussion. The most powerful person is the one who can admit errors quickly and adjust immediately. That person grows faster than everyone else. While others are busy defending their pride, this person is busy upgrading their mindset. While others are blaming circumstances, this person is correcting their approach. While others are stuck in denial, this person is moving forward. Imagine if you fully adopted this mindset. Every time you fail, instead of feeling shame, you ask, "What is this teaching me?" Every time you lose, instead of blaming others, you ask, "How can I prepare better?" Every time you hurt someone, instead of defending yourself, you say, "I was wrong. I'll fix it." Your life would accelerate. Relationships would deepen. Skills would sharpen. Opportunities would expand. Because people trust accountability. And trust creates influence. Influence creates impact. Impact creates legacy. But legacy is not built on pride. It is built on humility. Humility is not weakness. Humility is clarity. It is seeing yourself accurately, strengths and flaws included. A humble person is not someone who thinks less of themselves. It's someone who sees themselves clearly enough to improve. You don't grow by ignoring your flaws. You grow by confronting them. You don't mature by hiding your mistakes. You mature by correcting them. Pain is not there to destroy you. Pain is there to direct you. Regret is not there to shame you. Regret is there to wake you. Embarrassment is not there to stop you. It is there to sharpen you. Every uncomfortable moment carries a message. The question is, will you listen? The day you stop fearing being wrong is the day you unlock real power. Because now nothing can control you, not pride, not opinions, not mistakes. You become adaptable, flexible, resilient, unbreakable. There is a quiet strength in someone who can say, I messed up now. It signals security. It signals awareness. It signals growth. It signals that this person is not afraid of truth, and growth is unstoppable when truth is embraced. If today you feel the weight of a mistake, don't run from it. Don't distract yourself. Don't bury it. Sit with it. Study it. Understand it. Extract the lesson. Ask yourself, what did this reveal about me? Where did I react instead of respond? Where did I choose comfort over courage? Where did I let pride lead instead of wisdom? And once you have the lesson, release the guilt. Keep the wisdom. Drop the shame. Keep the growth. Being wrong does not close doors. Refusing to learn does. The chapter where you were wrong might be uncomfortable, but it might also be the chapter where you matured, the chapter where you upgraded, the chapter where you strengthened your character, the chapter where you transformed. One day you will look back and realize that the moment you admitted you were wrong was the moment your character solidified, because that was the moment you stopped protecting your ego and started protecting your future. That was the moment you stopped proving and started improving. That was the moment you stopped pretending and started progressing. Say it clearly. I was wrong. Say it without shame. Say it without fear. Say it with strength. And then say something even more powerful. I am improving. That second sentence changes everything. Because now you are not stuck in guilt. You are moving toward growth. You are not trapped in the past. You are building the future. You are not defined by your mistakes. You are defined by your corrections. You are not measured by how often you fall. You are measured by how honestly you rise. Power is not perfection. Power is responsibility. Power is accountability. Power is discipline. Power is growth. And growth begins the second you are brave enough to admit, I was wrong. And that is not weakness. That is strength in its purest, most powerful